Welcome to the Startup Wrap Show. Here with Andrew Perel.
I'm Katie Levinson.
Thank you. From Hacker Dojo. This is where we're filming this entire show. Thank you for hosting us.
Our pleasure.
So today a lot of things happened. A lot of startups got rated and they got a lot of feedback. But first we want to hear about the people and from the people who actually made it possible, which is Hacker Dojo. So what is Hacker Dojo doing these days?
We are a community center of about 300 paying members and, a community of a larger community that we impact. We run about 30,000 square feet of warehouse space in Mountain View, which we open up to everyone to host events, to work on their startups when they're just getting off the ground, and also to be somewhat of a community center, like an extension of college, because a lot of people miss that kind of pure learning and social interaction that you have by being around people who are really passionate in what they did, like you had in college. So this is kind of the nexus of all of these things. We like to make this available to as many people as possible at our headquarters here in Mountain View.
Thank you. So this is kind of like the den for founders and geeks and...
Yeah.
How did it come about?
It was just kind of the nexus of an idea whose time has come, you know what I mean? There was a big party that we ran frequently called Super Happy Dev House, which had hundreds of developers would come every day, to every one of these. They happen about once every 3 months. And the reality was, they'd hack all day and they'd make startups and make projects. A lot of companies were started out of Dev House. PBWorks, I don't know if you are familiar with PBWorks, was one of the companies started out of there. And the reality was they just didn't want to go home. And so we started talking about that, and a lot of people looking back on their college experience and really appreciating how wonderful it was to be in a group of people who are really passionate about what they do and really missing that experience once they left college. All you have is, your office and your house and maybe a bar to talk about the things that you've dedicated your whole life to. And so the crossroads of these things became a persistent space in the format it is today.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And how can our viewers, people that are very passionate about startups, how can they help the dojo?
Well, it happens right now that we lease 13,000 square feet of space, but the city of Mountain View has actually come down on us pretty hard, and they're asking for $250,000 in renovations to a rented building, which has been pretty exciting. So we're launching a major fundraiser. Thank you so much to our sponsors. We have Andreessen Horowitz, we have Palantir, we have Microsoft, we have Guidewire. All of these guys have been really good to us. And then also we're also selling swag. You can see the T-shirts that we're modeling here. You can actually see how you can help financially, or buy some of the swag at the QR code I have. I don't know if you want me to lay it flat on the table or hold it up. Would this be easier? I feel like I won't be moving it if it's on the table flat. But if you just want to scan that and go to it. But even just people who have money, it's always welcome. But we also are just looking to expand this community and include more people. We've had a lot of famous startups out of here. We had Pinterest, we had Game Closure, we had Skydera. We have a group up there called Micromobs. We have WordLens, the iPhone app that translates, text from one language to another. The new Hasbro laser tag system that integrates with the iPhone. It's going to be a big hot toy in late 2012 for the Christmas market. That was made out of here. So just if you got something that you're passionate about and that you want to make, come join us. And if you can afford to donate, that's great. And if you're in a hard spot, we got kids that have just, a bunch of college kids that can't afford member dues and they sweep the floors. It's really not about the money as much as we do like to pay the bills and put in the fire sprinkler so the fire marshal gets off our ass. But it's not about the money. It's about everybody putting in more than they take and about making a bright and vibrant community.
Wow. Thank you. And I understand that this space is not just for techies, it's not even just for engineers. Anyone can come and work here, right?
Absolutely. We have sewing machines up in there. We welcome makers of all kinds, and we kind of tend to define that to be anyone who creates something. So we have people who do 3D animation. We have people who do. We have a guy who does radio editing.
What about food startups?
We have food. We have food people. We don't have a commercial kitchen. We really, 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 really wanted to build a kitchen so that we could support, we could have cooking classes and support a wider diversity of startups. But the Mountain View Zoning Department is having some opinions about that. We're going to see if they can be rectified, because we really do want to have a community kitchen where, it would be nice to have, access to a commercial kitchen so that if you want to start baking something and maybe, see what it would be like before you rent out a huge kitchen and, rent time in this big, expensive place to be able to use a kitchen. But we're really working hard with that. We also want to have a more open machine shoppy atmosphere as well. Very light on the machine shop. There are a lot of other resources if you want hardcore machine shop stuff. But a lot of that's going to come down to zoning and how Mountain View feels about the way we renovate the two new spaces. We also want to take one of the spaces that we're not allowed in right now and have it be a persistent conference venue, because there are a lot of really amazing conferences that just don't have a home. They're really community-oriented. They're not. They're on difficult, sticky topics, a lot of people don't want to sponsor computer security conferences where we talk about the serious infrastructure issues that face us, and about how we can make the world safe for everybody. That's not a sexy thing to sponsor, or at least not a very safe thing politically to sponsor. So we're the home to a lot of important intellectual discussions that don't get to happen a lot of other places. So we want to have a proper professional conference venue as soon as we can get the funds together to renovate and the city's permission to build it.
I just want to make sure that everyone understands, what this is all about. A lot of people come to me and they say, I want to do a startup, but I can't afford it. I need to rent an office space. I need to pay my co-founder. And then when I came here for the first time a few months ago, and I asked how much it was to be a member here, it's only $100.
Yeah, $100 a month.
It's $100.
We also have hardship programs for the really, I just got laid off and I got a kid in college, or, something crazy like that. But yeah, we keep it very cheap. It's $100 a month. And that's what you get for a key to the door and voting rights and the whole 9 yards. This is a primarily democratically run place. We really try to keep it cheap. We really try to keep it accessible to everyone. Because, with housing prices the way they are, you can't found a startup in your garage anymore because we can't afford garages.
This is a very big garage. And I have more bays, yes.
So we call co-sharing a garage, right?
Yeah, totally.
New trend, guys.
But but it's that idea of keeping innovation and the capacity to build something big, open to everybody. And I think it matters a lot to have people near you who are passionate about what they do, because when you were in college, you didn't get a hard question to your homework. You went down the hallway and knocked on the door. And I think that there's something really valuable in that when you're stuck in your one-bedroom apartment, your roommate's like, yo, did you do the laundry? And it's not a good work environment. It's not a good and you're certainly not going to find any answers on the fact that your server's down from your roommate who just really wants you to do the dishes.
Right.
Not that you shouldn't do your dishes for your roommate, but but
thank you so much, really, for hosting Startup Idol here, and I hope that this message goes out to all of you out there that you can do a startup, you can afford it, there's a place like this, and if you can help, please do so, because it matters to a lot of people. Now, Andrew.
Yes.
This was the first round of Startup Idol today.
This was the first 4 heats of the first round.
The first
round goes 4 days, because we have 4 heats a day. And I want to also, thank you for having us out here at Hacker Dojo. When we were looking for a venue and looking around, there was places that cost a lot of money and had a lot of good gear, but there was no place in Silicon Valley that we could find that had anywhere close to the insane bandwidth you all have here. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Because obviously, we're bringing in up to 12 video streams in. We're going about 12 video streams out, plus a live broadcast, and there was nothing that could really handle that but here.
Yeah, we actually pulled that fiber ourselves. It's 100 megs up, 100 megs down. We're really proud of it, and definitely we got the guys in the front hall who've got the blisters on their hands to I put this in myself. That was a real awesome community.
Wait, so for those of us who are not engineers here, you took a fiber optic cable, which is like this wire, and then you put it through the ground or like through the dirt?
Well, it was expensive to trench it through the ground, so we actually put it in up on the wires and then put it in through the roof ourselves.
Wow.
And it's one of the better internet connections that is available on the
Planet?
It's pretty good.
We were at a different kind of pseudo I wouldn't call it incubator, but shared space, and their bandwidth just really didn't cut it at all. Could not come at all. Much bigger facility even, and could not cut it for the bandwidth here. So here's the question that everybody wants to know: just how many hackers does it take to run a piece of wire like that, to run fiber optic cable?
So it's like, you read The Mythical Man Month, right?
Yes.
Like, it's not a linear number of hacker hours. It's like you need a couple people to run. You need the cooperation of some people who own some pretty heavy equipment. You need 3 or 4 guys up on the roof. You need the expert guys on the server, and you need maybe 100 people on the mailing list saying it could be done better open source. Is about the count of what it takes to get a fiber connection.
So it's not like a light bulb that you only need one psychiatrist to change it, and the light bulb really has to change.
It has to want to change.
Want to change.
Yeah. No, I mean, no. It's you have to have some people also correct the spelling and grammar of other people on that mailing list.
Oh yeah.
And have other people say that the list is off topic, and then argue that it is on topic. It's a pretty important process. No, I love our mailing list. We're actually remarkably civil for being the internet. And it's fun to joke. Yeah, it was a significant number of hours, but I think it was very much worth it. And also, actually, if anyone would like to play with our awesome internet, we are offering hosting now, because we're not allowed to go into one of our warehouses because of the city. But computers are allowed in that warehouse. So while we're doing renovation, or until our renovations are cleared, we offer hosting here. If anybody's interested in that, you can find out about that on the same QR code /URL as you saw before.
That's if you wanted to build, a site like Facebook or Pinterest. You could put a little server machine in here and run it up from there.
Yes.
We have it's pretty dirt cheap, and the money's going to support a really good cause. It's completely run just as a fundraiser for the dojo while we get the money together to renovate properly.
Excellent.
Well, thank you. Wow, we've learned a lot.
Yes, we have. Like I said, this is a phenomenal facility here, and we really appreciate you having us here. So today we went through the first 4 heats of Startup Idol. There's 16 heats, 64 startups. With actually the judging slots that we have 124 judging slots and 62 alternate slots. Now, it's interesting trying to herd that many people and get them online at the right time and that sort of thing. So we're working through all. This is a process that's being learned and lived and figured out, and it's gotten better each heat. So I want to thank everybody in this room. And for those of you watching, we do have, up on Eventbrite, we do have studio seats that you can buy here. And I just want to say that we will give half of any of those seats sold to the dojo.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much.
So they're $25 a ticket, all the way up to the finals, which we can only have 25 people in here. And on the finals, they're $100 a ticket. So if you're a member, you can get in. Or if you put up a ticket. If you buy a ticket, you can get in to see the finals. So either way, and we'll give half of that to the dojo.
That's so generous. We really appreciate it.
No problem. So we should probably talk about what happened today, since you were on. You've been on air for about 5 hours now.
About that.
and you look fresh as a daisy. So we can keep going here. All right. So we have two companies from every heat move
Yes.
forward.
Yes.
Do we have a list of those companies, and do we want to reiterate them now? Now, we have two. Do we have the list of the companies yet? Oh, it's up. Thank you. All right.
And the list of the companies
Oh.
is out.
Yeah. So advancing to round two, we have Go Get It, Black Piggy, the Sales Contest, Snoozy, the Barrel Man app, Mashup, and Pintix. So congratulations to our winners. They're moving on to the next round, and we're moving all the way as we move closer and closer to the center. We're having more and more of the really high-end VCs come on board, and we have Bill Reichert from Garage Ventures. Tomorrow, I actually believe Mark DeJoux from Sony will be one of our judges, and he's all the way here to the finals. And there's many others if you want to check out on the website who we have. And it's pretty interesting so far. It's the first time that I know of any event that the audience can fully participate live, interact in a full web 3.0 type of event. So we have everybody coming in through video conferencing, both the judges and the contestants from all over the world. Where were they coming in from today?
We had a contestant from Panama. We had someone from Canada. We had tornado-stricken Texas participants. And we had someone right next door in Mountain View.
Wow. Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah, so there they are. It's working. People are coming in from all around the world. We're a startup. We have a lot of interesting problems to solve as they crop up, and we're getting through them. And we're getting people signing up through BN2, or actually if you sign up with us and you click on anything to watch a startup or join up with a startup through their profile page, you get points that you get to redeem for actual hard goods through the BN2's marketplace. So that's really good. BN2 has been very good to us as well, and good to all of our home audience fans. And WeVideo, we're going to have WeVideo here in the studio this week, I believe. And we're going to have BN2 in the studio to talk about what they do.
Excellent.
Cool. So this has been a very interesting day. How are we going on time?
Now we'll do a dance.
We can do a dance. So if there's
tomorrow we're back on air with more startups, more pitches, more judges, and so join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time,
yes.
Right? Wherever you are in the world, from any village in Africa, any skyscraper in Tokyo, you can see us. Exactly. So root for your team. Try to tell your friends. So this is a real democratic contest where Silicon Valley is opening up its doors for you to see how you can also do a startup. You can be an early adopter. You can really change everything.
Yeah.
Right?
And what Startup Idol is all about is we're really about crowdsourcing traction for the startups. I mean, as I was explaining it to some other people that it took this to get it to them. This is like a Jerry Lewis telethon where the startups are the Jerry's kids. We're getting a lot of users to the startups. It's not that bad. We're getting a lot of users to the startups, but we're here for the startups to try to get them what they need the most, and that's user acquisition. And a lot of startups don't understand that user acquisition can cost a lot. There's companies paying $150 a head to get a user. And here, our goal, and we have to have the home audience's help for this, is tell your friends, tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your cousins, tell the dog down the street. We have to have you all to come help us get at least one of these startups over 100,000 valid users that stick. So we're doing everything we can to reward you all for bringing your friends. If you tweet out or share from Facebook or LinkedIn on their profile page through our link, then you get points and BN2 dollars for any of your friends that come to that startup and sign up.
That's really incredible, though, because early adopters have such a huge impact on where the product goes
Yes.
and the overall success of the company. This is really, you know, if we always say, like, you know, vote with your money, but like, or vote with your dollar. But this is like a real, true opportunity to decide what market needs are met in tomorrow's future crop of really important, vibrant startups. So this is actually a really amazing opportunity if you want to really change the world and see, you know, what the people's priorities are.
Oh, you actually also get rewarded for providing feedback, valid, helpful feedback. If the startup rates your feedback as helpful, you get more BN2 dollars for that feedback.
That's really wonderful.
So you might say, I don't like your color black in there because it hurts my eyes. And if enough people say they don't like the color black, the startup will change that color black.
Yeah, so this is really incredible. Like, you know, it's so frustrating when on the big website and you feel like nobody reads your feedback. Well, people are really going to read your feedback here. This is the time to have your voice really count for something.
Yeah, so we're all about helping the startups succeed through traction, and we can only get the traction through the home audience, checking out all the different startups we have, getting points for anybody on the website. If you have a new startup and you didn't make this round, put your startup on the website anyway. We're open. You can get some level of traction for just being there.
Thank you for watching us. We'll see you soon.